How does Islam Makhachev make elite UFC fighters look completely helpless? It's not because his opponents are bad. It's because Islam is constantly forcing them to make decisions. And once you understand how he fights, his dominance starts making a lot more sense. At UFC 330, Islam defeated Ian Machado Gary by unanimous decision and extended his UFC winning streak to 17 fights. That win also pushed him past Anderson Silva's legendary 16-fight UFC winning streak. Islam is now 29-1 in professional MMA. But the most impressive part isn't just the numbers. It's how he gets those wins. Islam's biggest weapon is the threat of the takedown. When you're fighting him, you can't simply focus on his punches. You have to worry about your legs. You have to worry about your balance. You have to worry about getting pushed toward the cage. And you have to worry about what happens if you make even one mistake. That creates hesitation, and hesitation is exactly what Islam wants. If an opponent focuses too much on defending the takedown, Islam can strike. If they focus on his striking, he can change levels. If they try to escape the takedown, they can give up another position. So Islam isn't just attacking his opponent's body. He's attacking their decisions, and once Islam gets the fight where he wants it, things become even harder. He uses pressure, control, and constant transitions to make his opponent defend one problem after another. You escape one position, and another attack is already coming. You try to stand up, and he can attack the next opening. You turn away, and he can look for your back. You stay on the ground, and he can control you and search for submissions. This is why Islam's fights can look so one-sided. His opponents aren't simply doing nothing. They're constantly trying to solve problems. And Islam keeps creating new ones. Look at his fight with Charles Oliveira. Oliveira was one of the most dangerous submission fighters in the UFC. But Islam took him down, controlled the position, and finished him with an arm triangle choke in the second round. Then look at Dustin Poirier. Poirier was one of the most experienced and dangerous strikers in the lightweight division. But Islam repeatedly brought the fight into his world and eventually submitted him with a DR's choke in the fifth round. And that's the pattern. Islam doesn't need to win every exchange with something spectacular. He keeps building advantages until his opponent has fewer and fewer options. And that's what makes him so difficult to fight. His wrestling affects your striking. His striking affects your wrestling defense. His pressure affects your movement. And his grappling affects your cardio and decision-making. Everything is connected. At UFC 330, Ian Machado Gary actually showed that Islam can be challenged. Gary had moments with his striking and made Islam work for the victory. But Islam stayed composed, kept mixing his wrestling with his striking, and went the full 5 rounds to retain his welterweight championship. That fight showed something important. Islam doesn't have to completely destroy an opponent to beat them. He can adapt when the original plan doesn't work perfectly. And that's one of the biggest reasons he has become one of the most dominant fighters of his generation. Islam doesn't just try to beat you. He tries to remove your best options. And when every option starts disappearing, even elite UFC fighters can look helpless. That's the real secret behind Islam Makhachev's dominance. He doesn't give his opponents the fight they want. He makes them fight the fight he wants. And that's why stopping Islam is so difficult. This is MMA. One cage. Endless styles. Only the best survive.